a very special initiative. We call it Scientists for Scientists. It has been made possible due to two important factors. One is a generous and quick support of the European Commission, which added on the budget of HFSPO. And second is by employing the scientists in the field from United States all the way down to Australia, asking them to invite colleagues from Ukraine rather than us prescribing them by manner of the call to apply. So it's Scientists for Scientists initiative. We are currently supporting 14 projects. These are just two examples. There will be more, and I would like to turn over to Signe Ratso. Signe spoke already today. She's a big driving force behind that initiative together with us, and this will be a segment where a conversation will happen with those actually who are doing the work through this scheme. Signe, the word is yours.
Well, dear Pavel, many thanks for your kind introduction. And it's my great pleasure really now to have a live conversation with two Ukrainian scientists who have been beneficiaries of this very specific part of the program, and also their hosts from representing the host organizations. This is something which we discussed at the HFSPO, and very shortly after this cruel war, which unfortunately is still continuing against Ukraine, started, and discussed what we could do also in the HFSPO with this program. And this is also, as it is very dear also to my heart personally, but also goes very much in line with the European Commission and the EU's support to Ukraine. Let me just give a few other examples of our support before turning to the guests here today. As said, this has been supported by the European Commission, but we also have been supporting the Ukrainian researchers who had to flee the country to other countries in the EU, but also in the countries associated to our program with different measures. There was a specific support within the European Research Council, also 20 million euro support in the Marie Skłodowska-Curie actions, but also in the innovation actions. Just also to underline that Ukraine is among those countries which are already fully associated to our program, but because of this specific situation of Ukraine, now the EU is also contributing on behalf of Ukraine to participate in the program. And just last week, the Commission adopted a new package that includes a new Ukrainian facility based on grants, loans and guarantees to cater Ukraine's immediate needs, but also recovery and modernization with 50 billion euros package. So we show support to Ukraine in all our actions. But as said today, I'm very happy to discuss with Anastasiia Maljuk, senior scientist of the Natural History Museum in Kyiv, currently working with Mehran Moazen, a professor of biomedical engineering at the University College of London. Also here the welcoming Associate Professor Solomiya Lebid from the Lviv Polytechnic National University, currently working with German Sumbre, a professor at the Institut de Biologie de l'Ecole Normale Supérieure here in France, Paris. Now my questions to the fellows, to Anastasiia and Solomiya. First, as we know, we rely on research and innovation to imagine new approaches and changing our future. Researchers are the driving force for these evolutions, and they have a key role to play. It is true that it's common in a scientific career to experience a period of professional life outside your country. But in your case, you've really been forced to change your place of work following Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine. Now, the first question I'd like to ask you is, what does the HFSPO program mean to you, and how are you experiencing now, or how do you want to experience your fellowship in your current host organizations?
Thank you. Thank you, first of all, to have opportunity to be here and to answer this. And what about the HFSPO program? And it has now, and I'm sure that it will have a positive impact for any research and innovation, and especially now for Ukrainian. And as Ukrainians, I just want to say that this interdisciplinary collaboration, access for the sources, develop of this research network, everything of this is provided by HFSPO and gives huge opportunity for us to not to stop and to work, to try to do something. And I really hope when Ukraine win and we can return to our country, we can also develop, and as well as heard this support, I'm sure that it will help us to remove this gap between Ukrainian scientists and international science.
Well, many thanks, Anastasiia, sharing your thoughts. Now over to Solomiya, please.
Well, the program gave me hope because we are all part of the global community, whether we want it or not. For example, with a war in our country, the ecological consequences are catastrophic, and our neighbors and the community will feel it, as well as we, and we have to do something against it together. This program is a hope because it gives us feeling we are not alone. We are part of the community, and together we might be able to achieve something, to correct something. Thank you.
Now, the second question I'd like to ask you both is, do research communities like HFSPO make you feel more confident about the future of Ukrainian research and innovation? And now, in addition to ending the war, to which goal would you like to contribute through your research?
Sure that it will feel more convenient. Absolutely so, because for this opportunity, with these new knowledges, with new communications, with new networks, so we can achieve high-level results with our research. So I'm sure that we can improve this, and I hope that we can show it nearly future. So yes, of course it is.
Well, it will give us at least a chance to contribute to the global society of scientists and maybe help a little bit.
Well, many thanks for taking this really a great challenge, moving to another country, to another institution, and for really continuing your research there. Now, let me turn to the host organizations, the representatives. Clearly, the Russian invasion of Ukraine also has caused discontinuity in scientific collaboration, in international partnerships in research and innovation. It has led to the suspension of collaboration with Russia on behalf of the global research community, but it has also slowed the flow of publications, interrupted scientists' work, prompted many Ukrainian peers to emigrate. And we know that a large part of the research infrastructure, as well as the universities, have really been, well, barely survived, some of which not survived at all. Now, as members of host organizations, but also as researchers, I'm wondering what do you consider as the greatest benefit of this kind of program, this kind of support, and also the greatest achievement so far?
I think the program was very important because especially there were, at the time of the war, there were several programs that appeared. They were helping, finding researchers, but Human Frontiers came right away, in a very simple manner. Something like God really said, that they just wrote a few words and they just found this solution to really recruit fast and solve the difficult situations of the researchers. So it was very efficient. The other point that research is, has a very low momentum. So 1 year of research that is stopped will take decades in order to recover. And this program allows, during these difficult times in Ukraine, to at least keep this momentum alive, keep research and not fall into this gap, that will allow back researchers to come back also with publications and experience and go back to their places, hopefully soon, without falling into this gap that will take many, many years to recover.
Echo all those comments. I think HFSP really got on with the job and connected us together in a way and enabled us to help the scientists. If a couple of points maybe I can add, I think it just goes very much in line with some of the comments that was made earlier, including equality, diversity, and inclusion. It's a great example of how that was achieved through this. Another item I wanted to highlight was training the next generation of scientists. So Ukraine will go through a phase to rebuild, and I just feel that we had the opportunity to train those future scientists, those future leaders, to go back equipped with new network, new techniques that they have learned, lots of connections, lots of positive stuff to rebuild Ukraine in future. I'll stop there.
Oh, well, many thanks for making that point, because now, well, global community is now discussing but also acting in support already of planning for the Ukraine's reconstruction. And certainly now this contribution is very important, well, as you said, providing the Ukrainian researchers with new skills, new opportunities. Once also, we hope the modern green digital society with an important contribution from research will be rebuilt, and also the researchers can return to their country. Just the last question to you would be, well, we very often, much speak about science diplomacy. This is also a big priority for the European Commission, many countries. This is actually one of the examples of science diplomacy in action. And do you think that it could be also a game changer as an example for the future collaboration on research and innovation?
I think from my point of view, it's fundamental not only to help countries that are in difficult situations or life-threatening situations to improve, but also keep doing research. And also inclusion of different cultures, different techniques will be very important, not only with Ukraine, but many other countries that are in difficult situations around their development.
I have no doubt that, again, if I just add to that, in the context of global challenges, I mean, we are all global citizens, and it goes to that heart and core to enable every single global citizen to address those global challenges. So very much in line with that.
So many thanks to all of you for joining this discussion, to the host organizations of really participating in this project. Also, all the best in your future endeavors, to the researchers, and finally, Slava Ukraini. Thank you.